And there is no expert in the room in the U.S. side. Nobody that knows what they're talking about. No nuclear experts, no one that is involved at a level of understanding what this is really about. Now, in terms of substance, what is true is that the bombing last summer did not stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon if it wants one. So all of the bravado of Trump that, oh, yes, we ended their nuclear program. This is the greatest thing since the history of the world began. This is total Trump BS from beginning to end. That's the world we live in. It's all BS, morning till night. No, it didn't stop anything. It was a useless attack that made the world a lot more dangerous.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SEMO TV. I'm your host, SEMO, and today we are diving right into Iran. And you know what? Just like everybody else, I've got an opinion too. And just like everybody else, my opinion counts just as much. You know why? Because none of these people know what the F they're talking about. Jeffrey Sachs, when did you get in there and check out those nuclear bunkers? Oh, never? Oh, that's right. It's amazing how Crystal and Sagar just sat there and just waited for you to finish. They didn't push back at all. It's almost like you're an authority on it, yet you've never been there. You've never seen it. And what, 7 months ago, we invaded for like a hot minute to destroy what was the enrichment process. And Trump then went on to tweet or whatever freedom, whatever platform he's got to tell us all that, hey, we were totally successful. The very few bombs we dropped, which were, very precise, went right to the destruction of exactly what Israel was so afraid of. Job well done. Nothing to worry about here, folks. And only a mere 7 months later, we're right back to the same talking points. Gee, I wonder how that happened. Oh, because it's all propaganda. Exactamundo. And Jeffrey Sachs, you're just buying into it just like everybody else. Oh, this is all bullshit. This is all BS. This is all Trump BS. Oh, really? How do you know that? How do you know that? Oh, because you just have an opinion like everybody else? Because your feelings, because your little emotions towards Trump aren't great like most people? Well, listen, I've got a couple of my own opinions and theories that I'd love to share with you guys, and maybe it might just shed a little perspective and maybe some things you've never thought of. So that's what I'm bringing to this channel, and I can't wait to bring it to you folks. So let's get right into this. Iran. Well, imagine that. A whole 5 years now of putting our military right in between all the conflict. And, between, I guess, like I've always said, putting our military right in between Iran and Russia. We've got all these Russian oligarchs that I just can't wait for us to get involved with all these Middle Eastern countries, all the Arabs who are just beside themselves. Half of them can't wait for us to interfere. Half of them can't wait for us to leave. I don't know what to believe, but I do know one thing. I have a friend who's Iranian. He's got a ton of family that lives back there. He sends money to them all the time. And for the most part, they want a regime change over there in Iran. Now, that's not to say they want Trump or anybody else to come along and bomb the F out of them, because that's certainly not what they want. But the regime needs to change. Now, here's something that nobody's thinking of, okay? A little 4D chess. I know I bring that term up a little bit, but let's think about Donald Trump. We've got a complete lunatic, Bibi Netanyahu, who wants nothing more than to go absolute ape bonkers on every one of these Middle Eastern countries at nonstop. They're all threats. They're constant threats. Israel is Mr. I just want peace and prosperity in my little neck of the woods, and all of these Arab nations that have been there for much longer are a complete threat to us. So we need to neutralize that threat peacefully so that our peace and prosperity can prosper. Totally get it, right? But here's the thing, guys. What they're not telling you, all right? What they're not telling you is since 1992, the same people that have gone after all of these countries have been telling us we have to go after these countries because they're crazy, wacky regimes that mean nothing but harm and destruction, not only to the United States, but also to Russia. Okay. And when I say Russia, I think you know what I'm talking about. Those are just the approved talking points that I'm allowed to talk about without Russia getting down my throat and canceling me, or worse. So I'm going to say Russia. I can say Bibi Netanyahu, even though he might not be fully Russian. In fact, I don't think he's Russian at all. But I think he's Polish, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I digress. Let me tell you something that maybe none of you have thought of, okay? Bibi loves war. Bibi cannot wait to go nuclear. You know who can wait? Donald Trump. So think about this, folks, okay? Just think about this for a second. What if Bibi would love to go nuclear? Can you imagine a world where that's the case? Can you imagine? Can you imagine a world where Bibi would love to go nuclear? Now, they haven't come out completely and said they have nuclear weapons. Gosh, imagine that. A country that doesn't have to come out and tell us they have nuclear weapons. Gosh, I can't believe that. But every other country not only has to tell us, but, if they don't tell us, we have to kind of go and bomb them just like we're doing to Iran every once in a while, just to make sure. And 7 months ago we did, and we were told it completely eliminated any threat of any nuclear prosperity anytime soon coming out of Iran. However, 7 months later, I guess miracles happen, right, Bibi? And we're right back to where we started from. These guys are so gung-ho. But here's what we don't think about, and here's what never gets said. Bibi is ready to go ballistic. He's ready to go nuclear. So what does Donald Trump have to do to save the world? And I'm not even being hyperbolic. What does Donald Trump have to do to save the world from nuclear holocaust? He has to go and do something less crazy. He has to do something less bombastic. He has to do a lesser of that evil, which is the only way he's going to save that region from absolute annihilation, nuclear style from Bibi. Is that not a plausible thing? Because I think it's very plausible. And as we've seen, if you don't put this guy on a short leash, he's off and running. And Trump's the only guy that's in the way. Okay, so last June, we had this almost the exact same talking points, almost the exact same narrative. Trump said, hey, I'm going to get involved. I got your back, Bibi. You don't have to worry. America's here. Boom, boom, bang. Very few people got hurt. A lot of these bunker busters went in, plow, and then now we got nothing to worry about, says Trump. And then now all these neocons like this Mr. Jeffrey Sachs over here is like, that was total BS. You think you eliminated the threat? Yeah, right. Think again. Time to go bomb them some more. Wow, thanks, Jeffrey, and thanks, Crystal and Sagar, for saying absolutely nothing about it or zero pushback for nuclear holocaust. Imagine that. Just letting this guy rant from nowhere. This guy has zero information or knowledge about any of this stuff. He hasn't gone and looked. He hasn't examined. He's probably never been to Iran. Yet we're going to let this guy just ramble for minutes and minutes and just tell us what he thinks it is as some sort of authority figure. I'm just as much of an authority figure. Okay, I've got less than 100 subscribers. And I think what I'm saying makes more sense than what this jackhole is saying. So, folks, if you want to avoid a nuclear holocaust brought to you by Russia, aka Bibi Netanyahu, because that's what I have to say, or else Russia will come and get me and cancel my channel. Okay? So in order to avoid all of that, maybe Donald Trump, just maybe Donald Trump is in there to say, hey, I'll take this one for you guys and make it a little less stringent. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts, comments. All the best to you wherever it is you are, whatever it is you're doing.